Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about my trading in the month of December. As you can see by the title, I had a 73% win rate again, which is pretty coincidental and shocking. I'll be going over all of these statistics as well as reviewing all of my losing trades and then other factors such as my future plan for 2024 and how I'm going to optimize, not only my trading strategy and plan, but also my life outside of trading to ultimately yield me the best results for 2024. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So as you guys can see, I had a net P&L of $6,000. I had a trade winning percentage of 73%. I took 24 wins. Well, I took 33 trades, 24 were wins, 9 were losses. This was how my equity graph looked. So in the beginning of the month, I was down about $1,000 and had to kind of rebuild myself up. Yeah, so this was how my calendar looks. The first day of December, $600 loss. Monday came in with another $700 loss, and then worked my way up, all to give it back with a $1,200 loss. So all of these losses I'll be going over. Let's take a look at the trade report and look over some of the statistics. So yeah, my total P&L, $6,000. My average winning trade was $473, while my average losing trade was around $600. So not really a good ratio there. Obviously a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 would be optimal, but my win percentage and my strategy is making up for, all of that. So seems like the strategy is working, which I'm proud of, but you know, in terms of the R multiple, I can definitely be working on that. And then once again, my total number of trades was 33. If you saw my last video, I also took 33 trades in the month of November and also had the same number of winning trades and losing trades and the same win rate with 24 winning trades and 9 losing trades. So honestly, that's pretty crazy. There were some outliers here and there, but overall, I try to keep my trading strategy and game plan, fairly minimal and repetitive for the most part. So it just goes to show that, the plan is working, you know, strategy is strategizing and the game plan is working out. So no break even trades. I had 7 consecutive wins. My max consecutive losses were 2, and I believe that was in the beginning of the month. So, it's a good thing. It's a good way to bounce back from those losses and eventually turn profitable for the end of the month. I paid a total commission of $484. My largest profit trade was $2,500, and then my largest losing trade was $1,200. My average hold time for my winning trades was 11 minutes, so a little longer than last month. And then my average holding time for my losing trades was 14 minutes. So for this month, the numbers have flipped. If you saw my last video, my average holding time for winning trades was longer than my losing trades because and that makes sense because you want to hold your winners longer while you cut your losses quickly. But in this scenario, I was holding my losers way too long, longer than my winning trades. So that's something to keep in mind going forward, and something to work on. Let's see. So yeah, I traded for a total of 17 days, 12 of which I won, 5 of which I lost. And then my average daily P&L was $353. My average winning day was $800. My average losing day was $730. My largest profitable day was $2,500. My largest losing day was 1.2K. Yeah, and I didn't really track my R multiple into the software, so that came out as 0. If you look at my daily net cumulative P&L graph, started off kind of weak, but we had to fight back, make some of the losses back, one at a time, not going for home runs. And then you can see right here on this surge up, that was my biggest trade, which got me to 4.4K of profitability. So now let's take a look at some of my trades. As you can see, this is the month of December. Let's go over my first losing day. This was on the video, so I made $500 on this kind of push up right here into the high of day, in which, I scaled out. And so this trade review is going to be surface level. I'm not going to be going too deep into, why I took it, the context of the market and all of that, because, it'll just take way too long. I'm doing my pre-market, analyzing, before the market opens. And that obviously takes, way longer than, what I can fit into this video. So for this video, I'll just be trying to, look at the graph and see where my head was at, and just tell you just by looking at it, what I did. So you can see right here, I entered with 12 contracts, and into the high of day, I was scaling out. And then I'm guessing that right when it, was at my break-even premium price, I scaled out for my last two, netting me $500. Took another trade, which netted me with a loss of $1,100, which made my day negative overall. Guess I took some puts right here. Yeah, I went short with 16 contracts, and thinking that this doji candle was probably, in favor of the shorts, and going against me, the next candle, surges up. Let's look at the 2 minute. Yeah, I go short off this, rejection candle, and slowly, I'm seeing that, it's reversing on me, so I scale back out, and, nets me a loss of $1,000. So, just a part of trading, and I had to take it in the chin for a $600 loss that day. My next losing day was a $700 loss. Yeah, actually, that was the loss was my first trade, and then my Nvidia call was, my next trade. So the order was flipped, in which I reviewed it. Next, so at around 8 a.m., I'm thinking I took this, after my night shift, because yeah, I usually don't trade around this time. So that's actually one of the things I looked at, when I looked at my statistics. I saw that, I was losing a lot of the time I was working, or I was trading after my night shift. So overall, I think I'm going to try to avoid trading after my night shift, when it's ending at 7:30, and I have to quickly rush back to the computer and try to put a trade on. And I'm tired. It's not really a good combo. So overall, I'm going to try avoiding doing that. As you can see, this was a day where I lost because I tried to do that. Obviously, out right here, I was chasing, a very extended downside move, and then just kind of, accepted my loss right here. So not a good trade at all. Totally against, what I stand for and what I'm going after in terms of good A+ setups. So pretty obvious loss there. So net loss of $1,075. And then for the next trade, I made back $350, but nothing to really offset my big loss. So I guess I switch biases here, go for calls, and kind of scale out right here with a $350 win. Ultimately netting me a $750 loss, so a $730 loss. So my biggest losing day was the following Friday with a $1,200 loss. I go long Tesla, and once again, this was after my night shift. A recurring theme that I tend to lose more when I'm trading after my night shift. Which is a 12-hour shift. For those of you who don't know, I'm a nurse working my night shift, so my body isn't right, my mind isn't right. I'm kind of chasing plays, which again is what I did here. I'm chasing with bad entries, trying to go long off this high. As you can see, I entered a trade literally right at the top, right at the high of day, ignoring all my levels that I should have been seeing from right here, right here, right here. And I go long, and on this push down, I guess I scale out with a $1,200 loss and call it a day. So not the best of me and how I trade and what I stand for once again. So overall, I just need to avoid trading after my night shift. After that, I win for this whole week, and I told myself, I wasn't gonna trade. So Thursday, Friday, I just totally avoided the market. Monday, I come back with a $700 loss. So in the video, I guess I scaled in for 12 contracts. I scale some out right here at the top, and as it's dropping back down, I'm thinking it's gonna reverse on me. So I scaled out with a loss of $630. But overall, I shouldn't really have gone out of this position until it broke or opened under this level right here at $492, because my thesis technically isn't incorrect yet. It needs to break, below that level. So this was a premature exit on my part in which I lost $632 or $630. And as you can see, right after that, it goes toward the upside in my favor. Definitely pissed me off that it went in my favor. But you lose some, you win some, that's trading. So, and then a minor $44 loss. And then for my final loss, $470. I guess I make a few winning trades in the beginning and give it all back. It's a bad loss. With Tesla, I go long 8 contracts and get out right here for a $60 win. And then right here, I go long again. Honestly, I'm scaling out way too quickly. I need to be holding my trades for this one, all the way until I'm seeing a, break or reversal of the overall trend. So I net $180 on this long, so far I'm up around $200 on the day. And then the next trade is just, a trade that wipes me out completely and ends my day with a loss. I'm chasing the high again at the high of the day, which, again, is not what I stand for and what I try to do. This is obviously a greed play in which my, risk management is out the window. Uh, Greed is at an all-time high. I'm trying to push for more. End of the year, December 27. Let's try to get, a few more dollars, and I get out of my position on this downturn right here with a $700 loss. A loss which I really shouldn't have taken at all, or a trade I shouldn't have taken at all. So that overall netted me a loss of $470. Didn't trade the next day. Came back with a $1,000 loss to end the year strong. And overall netted me $6,000. I've made more from trading the past 2 months than nursing, and it's truly a blessing to be able to make 5 figures from trading and nursing combined. It's a dream come true. I was losing, pretty consistently for a few months when I first started trading penny stocks, and then I transitioned to options, lost a little bit more. And so to be finally seeing some consistency and profitability in my trading just goes to show that none of this is luck. It's pure discipline and hard work, and overall just, a mindset for growth and to continually always get better and to learn. So I believe that's pretty much why I've been succeeding the way I have. And I'm nowhere where I need to be, but it's all a work in progress. So now that we reviewed my losing days and my statistics, let's go over my future plan for 2024. As of January, I want to consistently make $1,000 a day, and with 21, 22 trading days, in every given month, that should net me around $20,000 a month. I do want to see some consistency with that figure, $1,000 a day. I think it's very doable. Today I made $1,000 to the T, on January 1st or January 2nd. So, I just need to keep that up, not get too greedy, not try to, swing for home runs, but just try to be consistent with that number. And then after I'm consistent with that, $20,000 a month, I'll try to size up and eventually try to get to $2,500 a day. It's just a few more numbers, when I'm entering my position. And with $2,500 a day, that's a little over $50,000 a month, which, would be awesome, to get to, sometime this year. Who knows when? Not really trying to rush it, or say an exact month in which I'm trying to get to that number. But I guess it's just a mixture of feeling and how I feel with my trading and my confidence. So that's pretty much my monetary goals as of this upcoming quarter and year. So let's talk about some of the factors outside of trading that definitely can affect your trading, because I feel like everything is interconnected, and you really have to take a holistic approach to your life. Your life kind of reflects the results you get within the markets, and so it's important to stay balanced outside of trading as well. So my priority would be my loved ones. I got my family, my friends, and a significant other. Trading, is a really important thing in my life, but it's important to stay balanced with the important relationships I have, and make sure that my loved ones are taken care of, and that I'm openly communicating with them as well. So that's a priority. Church is also a priority. My relationship with God, is something that I'm always trying to work on. I believe that my belief in God and my relationship with God has had one of the, biggest impacts on me in terms of, maturing as a person, and also, just making money, and, being able to, kind of push myself. I feel like God has given me the strength and courage to, try something new, take on a new industry, and succeed in a relatively, quick manner, which, I give all the glory to God for. And ever since I started going to church, the last quarter of last year, things have, started to pick up, um, as I've strengthened my relationship with God. So God is always a priority, and um, you know, on top of that list. Another thing I'm doing that I've mentioned earlier is that I'm also doing nursing full time, 3 nights a week. And so honestly, I'm getting to a point where I've kind of seen, what I need to do as a nurse, and I'm pretty comfortable with, taking care of patients. Of course, I'm fairly new still, so there's still a lot of things that I'm always learning and picking up. But overall, I get the gist of how things go, and yeah, I'm just out here not trying to lose my license, just trying to, give the best patient care experience as possible. Um, because overall, that's, a way for me to, guarantee profits, because everyone knows that with trading, nothing is really guaranteed, and the market is uncertain. You can never guess it, guess the outcome or whatnot. So nursing has provided me the stability for me to even trade part time. So that's definitely a factor outside of trading. And also, I want to pick up reading a little bit more. Try to get 1 or 2 books a week, or 1 or 2 books every 2 weeks. Every week, I feel like that'd be pushing it a little bit too much, with all of the things I have going on. But yeah, I have a bunch of books that I have on my bookmarks bar on my on my computer, and every time I see a book that I'm interested in, I'll screenshot it and add it to my photo book album, which I want to eventually buy and read. So I have like over 100 books that I need to read, and that I'm interested in reading. And every time I read, especially about the markets or of trading, or about how I can further develop myself and my character, I see an improvement in my trading. I don't really understand how to explain it with words, but as I'm you know constantly refining myself and my personality, my character, and my overall being as a human, it seems to all translate with trading. And like, there's no real explanation that I can give you for why that is, but reading and learning through books is such a great way to just gain knowledge and wisdom from people that have lived longer, have experienced more than you. And yeah, books should really be your best friend, because with your friends, hanging out with them is cool and all, but with books, they provide such an extensive depth of knowledge that you can't really get anywhere else. And so reading is an absolute must for me, and I believe it should be for anyone else trying to actually be great at something. If you're trying to live a mediocre life, then maybe reading isn't really for you. But for the ones that want to be great and want to do great for themselves and for their loved ones, reading is the way to go. And then finally, for my physical health, exercising and hooping, I love playing basketball. I play almost every week. And I also love running and weightlifting. So trying to get that in whenever I can. Sometimes I get lazy with doing that, especially after night shifts, but making that another priority outside of trading as well, I think will impact my overall health and my psychology and my mindset. because like I said, I feel like all of these things are interconnected and are woven in together. And so, yeah, that's pretty much, what I've been looking at so far in terms of my month of December and where I'm trying to go, for the upcoming year. I hope you guys have the, best year of your life, this upcoming year, 2024. I wish that we all crush it. And yeah, happy holidays. I'll catch you guys in the next one.